Moom is many-tricks window zooming and moving utility. This video will explain the basics of using Moom. You can use Moom via the mouse, in which case you can use it to set windows to be half or quarter size, anchored at the edges or corners of the screens. You can create full screen windows, and you can Moom, that is move and zoom a window across multiple displays. If you use Moom in keyboard mode, you can do the same types of things, half and quarter size windows, full screen windows. You can also simply move a window across displays without resizing it. And of course, you can Moom the windows across displays. And finally, we'll talk about the various modes that Moom can run in, which include normal application mode, menu bar only mode, or faceless background mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at mouse mode first. When used in mouse mode, using Moom is as simple as moving your mouse over the green resize button in any macOS X window. Moom's interface will appear with these small little buttons. The first one sets your window to full screen mode. All you have to do is tap or click on that button and you have a full screen window. The second button does a left edge anchor half width window. Again, select, tap or click and the window resizes and moves. You can do the same thing over to the right edge of the window at half width again. And sense a pattern here, this will do top edge, half height window. Select, tap, done. And finally, you can select bottom edge window, half height. Again, tap, done. And what if you get done moving all these windows around, you want to get back, the arrow will revert to the original window position. Select that, and you're back where you started as if you'd never used Moom at all. But what if you'd rather make quarter size windows? In that case, you need to not just click, but click and drag. So as I drag down on this icon, you'll notice that the window mockup changes from a half size to a quarter size. So here's a top left quarter size window. Again, now if I drag down, I'll get a bottom left quarter size window. And once I've dragged, I release and the window goes there. I can do the same thing with the right edge. I can make a corner quarter size window at the top, or a corner quarter size window at the bottom, just by dragging after the icon has been highlighted. And of course, you can do the same thing with top or bottom highlighted windows just by dragging left or right. So again, I can make a top left quarter size window, or I can make a bottom right quarter size window or bottom left quarter size window just by clicking and dragging in the appropriate direction. What if you have more than one display on your Mac? Moom can help here too. When used in mouse mode, you can Moom across displays, and it's an extension of how you make quarter size windows. So click and drag, but if you continue dragging in the direction in which your other display is located, you'll see a small white overlay arrow. So this will move the window to the lower left corner on the second display. I'm going to use the revert arrow and pop it right back where it started and do another example. This time I'm going to go to the top corner display. So as I drag, I left or right, and if I go far enough to the right, you'll see the overlay arrow, and that's where the window jumps to. That's how simple it is to use Moom to move a window to another display via the mouse. Now, let's talk about using Moom via the keyboard instead of the mouse. It's operationally similar, but there are some things you can do via the keyboard that you can't easily do via the mouse. The first thing to do to use the keyboard with Moom is you have to set up a trigger to activate it, and then you have to define how you want the arrow keys and the arrow keys with modifiers to work. They can move windows, fill half screens or quarter screens, move and confine to a screen's edges, or move to another display. Let's see how this works. First, I press my hotkey, which was defined as Shift-Control-Z to display the keyboard bezel. Once that's active, I can use the arrow keys, either with or without their modifiers. Here, where I defined them as move, you can see that moves a window wherever it wants to, just based on the up, down, left, right arrows. And a return key restores the window to its size and position. Now, with command and left and right and up and down, you can see I'm mooming the window to an edge at half size. If I want to confine to edges, I simply add the Option key per my definitions, and notice the window no longer moves past the edge of the screen. I can also make windows go full screen by simply pressing the space bar, which was defined in my shortcuts. And finally, you can automatically center a window using the keyboard, in my case by pressing the Tab key. Now, if I press Shift Tab, you'll notice the center moves a little differently than normal tab. The two differences are the top position is called the macOS X center, and it's a little above physical center, and with Shift Tab you get the actual physical center of the display. As with the mouse, you can use the keyboard to create quarter size windows in corners. To do that, you combine the half size move command with another one. So first I move to the left edge with command arrow, then up arrow. Or I move to the right edge, command right arrow, and down arrow. Command down arrow and command left arrow. Command right arrow for the right edge, and then an up arrow. That's how you make quarter-size corner windows. You can also use keyboard mode to moom a window across displays, and you do that by using the half size option twice in a row. Command right, and then you can do all the mooming on the second display, and I'll press the return key to go back to start. And again, just command right arrow and command right arrow moves it to the other display. That's all you have to do to moom across displays. One of the things you can do in keyboard mode that you can't do in mouse mode is to move a window without resizing it. In my case, I define this as Control and the arrow keys. So I activate keyboard mode and hit Control right or Control left, and you notice the window jumps between displays without being resized. Now, there is an exception to this rule, of course. If you have a window size that it can't fit on the destination monitor, like in this case, this window is going to be too wide for the second monitor, when I move it over, it shrinks, and you can see that when I move it back, the window has been reduced to fit the space available. Moom runs in any of 3 different modes. On first installation, it's a typical macOS X application complete with a dock icon and menus at the top of the screen. Clicking on its dock icon will open its settings panel, where you can do things like tell it whether you want it to launch automatically on login and whether or not you'd like to see the settings panel on launch. But the other thing you can do is change the mode in which Moom runs. Using this pop-up menu, you can change between standard operating mode, which is the dock icon, menu bar mode, in which case Moom exists in the menu bar, or faceless mode, which completely hides Moom, but it's still running. Let's take a look at menu bar mode. When I select this mode, you'll notice the dock icon vanishes and there's a new Moom icon in the menu bar. And if I go ahead and take a click on that, you'll see the options for Moom. Now, these will vary depending on whether you have the App Store version or the independent version, but as you can see, you can get back into the settings panel. For you keyboard users, one of the nice features is if you hover, a tooltip will show you all of your currently defined keyboard shortcuts for Moom. Finally, faceless mode. This is basically completely invisible, and Moom is no longer in the dock or the menu bar, and in fact the only way to get back to its settings panel is to relaunch Moom while it's already running. So I prefer to use it in menu bar mode. It's a little bit easier to make changes that way, but choose the mode that works best for you. Hopefully you now have a good sense for how Moom works. Until next time, this is Rob Griffiths, signing off for Many Tricks.